Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy. I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist, and I am also Director of Education and Professional Standards for the Global Professional Association for Colon Therapists and Colon Therapy. And so I'm always talking about how colon therapists can show up in their highest version of being of service, how you can be of deep service to your community, knowing who you are as a practitioner, knowing your target audience, knowing the economic dollar amount of your target audience, lining that up with your services, which should also line up with the events that you attend. I'm always very clear about my intention when I am of service. Sometimes when you do events, it's just solely information. You're not going to share, you're not going to sell anything. You're simply going to be an informational booth because maybe that economic area is unable to consume what you're selling. But you as a practitioner need to understand that. And then when you go to other events, you may sell out your whole month, literally at the booth. I've done that numerous times. At some events, you may sell out of all your books or all of your products or whatever it is that you're selling. You may sell out all of that and might not make not one appointment. You see where I'm going with it? All of it is important. You learn a lesson from all of it. What I always want to share with practitioners who are studying with GPACT, practitioners who I am mentoring personally under my tutelage and guidance, is this. You are not above any event. Let me help you out. You're not above anything. You can learn from everything. Everything presents a lesson. Everything presents a gem. Everything presents an opportunity to be of your highest level of yourself, regardless of who is watching you and coming up with their own story about what you're doing. Let's point that out too. Yeah. Don't worry about how other people are putting their projections on you. What are you doing? Are you showing up? Were you there on time? Were you attentive to those that came to your table? Yes, you were. So you keep going. How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I myself pride myself on professionalism, standards, protocols, etc., etc., etc. I haven't been in this business for 20 plus years without having some knowledge of that. At all levels of events, that will be tested. That will be questioned. How you respond will dictate your level of professionalism and mastery in your industry. This is how I train my practitioners. And I do mean my practitioners because I take great pride in my practitioners. This is how I ate some food earlier, right before I started recording. This is how I pour into GPACT members who become either trained under GPACT or become a member of GPACT or become a board licensed member of GPACT or purchase any books from GPACT. Like, this is how I pour into them. you signed up to be excellent. So regardless of what event you go to, what type of event you attend, how many people are there, if it's upscale, not upscale, if it's parking, if it's no parking, none of that matters. How did you show up? How did you position yourself to be great and amazing and to be remembered? Out of all of the chaos and rigmarole, were you remembered? This is the magic of being a colon therapist and being a master in your trade. I had a lot of questions at the event today that had nothing to do with who I am and what I was providing. And one lady that was standing waiting to speak with me, once I cleared those individuals out and then it was her turn to speak with me, the first thing she said was, "You handled that flawlessly." She was like, "I would have been so frazzled." And I said, well, this is what I train my practitioners to do. It does not matter who comes in and says, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. Don't do any of that. And if you do it, then do it. But if you don't, no, that's not what I do. This is what I offer. And this is what we're talking about today. We're going to stick on topic. We're going to stay on topic. Now, anything else, that's a consultation and that's money, love. So when you understand a free event versus a paid event versus an investment, like there's levels to all of this. This is what you learn as a practitioner training with me or becoming a member and or training with GPACT. We teach you all of this. There's levels to this. You don't treat everything the same way. You just don't. It's not necessary. So in that essence, you never waste your time. You never get upset. You're never rushing. And you're never disappointed. Because you already know what it's going to be. So you plan accordingly. One thing that I do as a practitioner when I am going to events and I have a table. These are my non-negotiables. I always take this. Any electronics, I make sure I have a battery and a backup out the gate. It doesn't matter what it is. Doesn't matter. Always have your electronic stuff. Just have your own stuff. It's in 2026. Why are you asking people, can you borrow their charger? Get your own. The second thing is I bring all my own snacks. I bring all my own libation. I bring all my own water because sometimes you will not be asked at an event, do you need water? Not all events will care for their vendors. Let me just put that out there. So they won't tell you where the restroom is. Some will, some won't. So I just come prepared. So I have my bottled water. I always have water. I always have my thermos with tea, my famous jasmine green tea. And I always have some type of snack. And that snack has a meat with it. It's normally something that needs low refrigeration. I'll go get an 85 degrees, like little sandwich or something like that. And I have a little ice pack just to keep it cool. Nothing too extra. I may have a piece of fruit, a couple other little snacks, some granola, whatever. But I definitely have something. I always have dates. Dates work very well with keeping your energy up. And then the other thing is I have liquid soap to wash my hands. I don't wash my hands or clean my hands with sanitizer. I use liquid soap and I wash my hands. The other thing is, I always have a lighter. I always have a Palo Santo stick and some sage, always. And I always have a wrap because it's either going to be too cold or I can use it as a shade or something like that. Or I'm always wrapping somebody's baby up. I don't know why the babies come to me. And what else is my non-negotiable? Oh, plenty of paper towels and a couple of trash bags or plastic bags. I always use trash bags and plastic bags. I normally have a little pulley. I don't put anything on my shoulders. I'm not doing that anymore. So I have a little pulley basket cart situation. I put everything in and I pull. I move towards ease and grace. I will not work harder. I will not. These are the things that I teach you as a practitioner with a soft nervous system, not needing to prove anything because you understand what it means to be the highest level of yourself. So if you're ready to do that, reach out to me. My name is Dr. Mo. And my phone number is 562-682-0818. And our website is GPACT.net, and that is GPACT.net. And you can also look at my services website, which is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. And if you're not interested in being a colon therapist, but you do want to be a wellness practitioner and still practice and be of service to your community, I can still train you. You can be a wellness practitioner. That website is mbcwellnessinstitute.com. So you have a couple of ways to train with me. You have a couple of ways to mentor with me. You have a couple of ways to definitely know that you're walking towards your north node in your truth. But managing events, community events, there is a system to it. And I just want to share this with you. Not everybody knows the system. Not everybody knows how to be amazing when they have a booth. There is something called booth etiquette. Not everybody has it. Not everybody has it. So this is something that I definitely teach when you work with me. This is definitely something that I make sure that all members of GPACT understand, that when you go to events and you have a booth and you're vending, there's a certain protocol that comes with that. Let's go over it. All right, loves. So I'm going to go ahead and meet up with some people for this afternoon for just some gentleness and ease in my life. And yeah, go out there and stay magical.